My primary organization within StarCitizen is the Vault-Tec Corporation. Here at Vault-Tec, we primarily focus on space real estate. With our fleet of pioneers, we'll build you the perfect outpost on a planet. Stop on by if you're interested. What's going on, YouTubers? This is Seer6 here, bringing you more StarCitizen content. Today is part 3 of my combat logistics series. Each video, I'll take a ship or ship variant and break them down with you and explain how the ship boasts in logistics. As always, and with the current information released by CIG, I'll give you an unbiased, in-depth description of the given ship. My overall objective is to give you a better understanding of the ship, regardless if it fits your playstyle. Now, with all that explained, let us discuss our topic. The Starlifters. Last video, we finally settled into the ships that are the master of their trades for repairing and refueling. Today, we take a step back and look at the bigger picture of logistics, and that is the stuff you never see, or for some, it's the stuff you never think of. Story time. I remember getting ready to deploy when I was Corporal Seer6 in the Marine Corps, and everyone, and I mean everyone, hated the packing, loading equipment, and getting everything weighed in and so on. All they wanted to do was get it over with and just be in the Middle East already. But someone, of course, had to move our stuff, and it wasn't us. Our vehicles and our special equipment for maintenance all needed to be there before we did, and safely, of course, in order for us to complete our mission at hand, which was assault support operations and CASEVACs. And the same goes for StarCitizen. And what better way to move these vehicles and equipment with none other than the M2 and C2 Hercules Starlifters. These two ships give you another notch in your tool belt as a logistical pilot by giving you the ability to transport vehicles. And not just one or two. Both the C2 and M2 could carry up to 10 Cyclones, or 5 Ursa rovers, or 2 Nova tanks. Both Starlifters have the ability to carry a smaller racing ship, so I would expect a Razor to be able to fit inside the vehicle bay. And if you just love the overall aesthetics of the ship, then both could be regular cargo runners. Being larger ships, longer jumps will not be a problem. With the award-winning VTOL thrusters, the Starlifters would maintain stability with the added weight of vehicles and cargo while on a planet. The increased gravity will not be a problem for the pilot, giving them an easier time landing these behemoths. Now, the real question is, what is the main difference between these two beasts? For just regular operations, the C2 will do just fine. The C2, of course, is the civilian version, and has a hefty cargo bay of 624 SCU. This would make a great cargo runner if you're based around safer space. It is faster than the M2, with the trade-off of having less armor and less weapons, but overall has increased speed. This ship can be soloed, but as I have said before, the buddy system never hurts. After all, it can crew up to 2 people to fly and man the remote turrets. I would personally use the C2 for transporting goods from base to base while doing daily resupply runs, and also providing Argos for the allies at bases to expedite their transport needs without having to use their personal ships while planetside. The M2, of course, is the military equivalent. Personally, I feel like this is your 3 Bs transport: beans, bullets, and band-aids. The M2 trades cargo space and speed for heavy armor and 1 additional turret. This gives the crew more leverage against an enemy combatant either on the ground or airborne. The ship still has a solid 468 SCU, but to some this may not seem worth it because of the price jump between the two. Ship system wise, the M2 has 1 large cooler over the C2's 2 medium coolers. And me coming from an aviation background, I'd rather have 2 medium coolers over 1 large for the purpose of redundancy. But I guess CIG has their reasons. Moving on. Between both these ships, the turret placement could use some improvement. There is absolutely nothing protecting the top of either ships. The sector of fire on the aft top turret only covers about 180 degrees on its yaw axis, and roughly about a 45 to 70 degree sector of fire on the pitch axis of the turret. So even with the armor on the M2, I would recommend an escort with both of these ships. Once the two ships have been implemented, I strongly feel like they'll be used for many different roles in organizations. For example, the Orion cannot land on a planet, so you can have an Argo cargo fly to and fro and land the ore on the Starlifter, and once full, transport the goods planetside to a base, and vice versa. With the ability to mass transport ground vehicles, the Starlifter can assist in the fortification of a ground base and help bring up momentum toward a ground assault by bringing vehicles near the front lines and bringing necessary supplies as well. With the heavy armor, the M2 will be able to take a beating and still perform its role by dropping off support and egressing out of the LZ. As of right now, no ship has armor, but once this feature has been implemented, the time to kill or disabling a ship will significantly increase amongst a lot of ships. With the flight model changes coming, I strongly feel like that even with the lesser cargo of the M2, it will still be effective during ground-based combat operations. Reason being is that once in atmosphere, of course your retro thrusters will not be as effective compared to your main thrusters. So on a planet, you fly more like a traditional aircraft. So if an enemy decides to tail you and engage, they'll be welcomed by the aft turrets. So they'll have no choice but to keep their distance and wave off and re-engage your ship at different angles. Even in space, it'll be harder for non-alien ships to disengage and re-engage, giving you some more time to jump away. And of course, with the added protection of an escort, your mind will be set at ease while you transport your goods. For a ship of its size and abilities, the C2 and M2 seems like it'll be worth the investment. For me personally, it wasn't an easy decision for me to get the C2 over the Caterpillar. Even with the future modularity, I still love the Cat. But with more cargo and the ability to haul vehicles around, I have more options as a trader by selling vehicles of larger size and more goods. My logic behind this is the more flexibility a ship gives me, the more likely I am to get it. A great video comparing the two ships was done by the Noobifier. I will link the video in the description if you are stuck between the two. This might help you make a decision that is best for you. My key takeaways that I hope CIG will take into consideration is the turret placement that I mentioned before. If the top aft turret was moved about 10 feet up compared with the ship and make it level with the top, then you offer a little bit more protection on the aft portion and left and right flank and the top of the ship. Another takeaway is since there are two remote turrets on the C2, I firmly believe the crew should be a max of 3 and 1 minimum. This gives you 2 gunners and a pilot. You still keep the solo aspect, but also gives you the ability to promote multi-crew with friends and org mates. Now even if this is not changed, you'll just need the proper protection from others, and that is still okay. In conclusion, if these ships seem like a good fit, then I would save up for one and eventually get one. Or you can just tag along with a buddy who already owns one and see if it suits your needs once it's able to fly in game. Then over time, I would save up and then just purchase it once you are able to buy one in game. As I grow my channel, I hope to create even more videos for people like you who make this possible. I thank you for stopping on by today, and I hope to see you in game. If the video was overall helpful, feel free to like it and share it with your friends. For more weekly content, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. But with that being said, I'll see you on the flip side.